After V, do you have what? W. Okay, so what comes to mind for W? White rice. What? Ojojo. If you fry it. So what I am? Wara. Correct. That's cheese. Great. Wake is Ghanaian. Wake is Ghanaian. Wake is Hausa. Really? Interesting. So it's Nigerian. Okay, it's different from the one in Ghana. Oh, interesting. I just learned something. Great. So after um W, right? When Y? What goes for Y? After Y, what else? Huh? What else? I said yellow Maggie. So after Y, you have Z. What comes to mind for Z? Zobo. Yeah, there's one more. There's Zobo. There's what else? A round of applause for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together for yourselves, everyone. Alrighty, so at this juncture, I think it's fitting for us to start. We have more people in the room. Can we all rise on our feet as I welcome to take the opening prayer, Samuel Bright? Please welcome Samuel Bright as he comes to take the opening prayer. Please put your hands together for Samuel Bright, everyone. A round of applause for him. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let us pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you. We give you all the praise. Thank you for the end of the year and the third induction ceremony. Lord, we ask this you will take absolute control in the name of Jesus. We ask that everything we'll do from the beginning to the ending, it will be according to how it has been ordered in the name of Jesus. We ask that there will be no unforeseen circumstances. There will be no unexpected interventions in the name of Jesus. We ask, oh God, that even for the moderators and every members that will be taking one item on the program or the other, you will help them and you will guide them. In the name of Jesus, we ask that everything will be under control in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Heavenly Father. We declare it open in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.
Please put your hands together one more time for Mr. Samuel Bright, everyone. So today we'll be doing a lot of applause. So please join me and give him a round of applause one more time. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, at this juncture, we are supposed to take the national anthem. So I think everyone have a copy of the brochure on your table. So you are going to recite the national anthem today. You know, you all should know it is your generation that sang this national anthem now. Please rise on your feet, everyone, as we take the national anthem. Can we talk to the people upstairs that something is going on here? The way they're dragging the chairs upstairs. So let's rise on our feet as we take the first stanza of the national anthem. 1, 2, 3, go. Thank you very much. You can all please be seated. I was just looking at the photographers and I was thanking God Abacha is no longer our president. If it was during Abacha's time, the national anthem is going on and you are taking pictures. Both you and your camera will know which one we'll be looking for. Well, thank you very much. I need to especially recognize the presence of some of our dignitaries in the room. Some might be on their way, but I need to recognize the presence of Dr. Steve Olufemi Akadiri. Please put your hands together for him. He's a member of council. I also need to especially recognize the presence of Mrs. Ogunrinu Belinda. Please put your hands together for her. I also want to recognize Mr. Otome Oyo, council member as well. A round of applause for him. Please join me also recognize the presence of Dr. Yeside Abiodun Oyetayo. I also have on this list Dr. Victor Orowale. A round of applause for him, please. I also want to recognize especially Dr. Oladejo Clement Ayo. I also want to recognize a council member, Dr. Lolade Ajetumobi. Also join me recognize Barrister Tobatele Femi Adebukola, ESQ, Esquire. Then I also want to recognize Mr. Ifedayo Owusheni, the registrar. Then I'm going to recognize the presence of the president of the institute, Mr. Sunday Ofayoshe. Allow me to skip a few protocol and also skip a few items on the agenda because we're expecting one of our panelists to be here. But I'm going to go straight into the panel session. The second panel session we're supposed to have today. I'll come back to the first one subsequently. And I want to recognize the presence and welcome to the stage Mr. S. Badmos Abudu. Please put your hands together for Mr. Badmos Abudu. He is a seasoned business leader, a finance professional with over 30 years of executive and board level experience across manufacturing, FMCG, finance, and business strategy. He's a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria and the Chartered Institute of Taxation, a former managing director and chief executive officer of leading organizations, and currently a director at BJ Constructions and Finishing Limited. Mr. Abudu also serves on the board of Headway Microfinance Bank and advises local and international businesses on strategic growth and restructuring. Please join me welcome Mr. Badmos Abudu. Please come on stage, sir. Thank you. I also want to recognize and welcome a distinguished management professional and thought leader with extensive experience across insurance, media, and corporate leadership. He currently serves as head of branch operations at Capital Express Life Assurance Company Limited, where he drives operational excellence and customer-focused strategies. He is a doctoral fellow of the Chartered Institute of Sales and Customer Service Management, a fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants, and a chartered marketing consultant with several national and international awards of leadership and service excellence. He is also a respected public speaker and former executive secretary of JCI Nigeria. Please welcome Dr. Steve Olufemi Akadiri. I guess he's still on his way here. I also want to welcome right now the managing principal partner of SOEY Consult, and a highly respected insurance expert, lawyer, and trainer with over 3 decades of experience in the Nigerian insurance industry. She is the former pioneer rector of the College of Insurance and Financial Management, CIFM, where she led remarkable institutional growth, expanded international partnerships, and strengthened industry-wide capacity development. She's a trusted advisor, policy influencer, and public speaker. She is widely recognized for her deep expertise in insurance, regulation, training, and professional development. Please welcome with me Dr. Yeside Abiodun Oyetayo. And I also want to add to the list a seasoned technical and commercial expert with strong expertise in processing, engineering, sales, strategic sales, and customer relationship management. He currently serves as technical sales director at Best Staff Trading Company, FZE, where he drives innovative, customer-centric solutions across diverse market segments. He holds advanced degrees in process and chemical engineering. He's a doctoral fellow of the Chartered Institute of Sales and Customer Service Management and a certified customer relationship management manager with extensive experience across the energy and petrochemical value chain. He's widely respected for his professionalism, strategic thinking, and leadership. Please welcome the moderator of this panel session, Dr. Victor Orowale. I'll hand this back to Dr. Victor. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Greater. Okay.
I think you can use this. Then they can hold something. Just a little announcement. Please, the owner of this vehicle, PHC 569AT, your attention is needed. I learned your car is open, the bonnet is open, the boot is open. So please, your attention is needed. So I also want to invite those names I recognized earlier. Please, we need your attention. We need you to sit here. This seat is specially reserved for you. The names I recognized earlier. That's Mrs. Ogurino. Okay. Mr. Otome Oyo. Dr. Victor Orowale, once we're done, we'll go here. Mr. Fayoshe, Mr. Owusheni, Barrister Toba Tele, Dr. Lolade Ajetumobi, Dr. Ladejo Clement Ayo, and everyone I've mentioned. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Yeah, I love this. I think I'm distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's good having every one of us here this morning to experience and to encounter what will see us beyond the coming years. I say the coming years because it's not just going to be 2026. A lot of things are going to happen in the commercial space, in the social economic climate, adapting, adjusting in the coming years. Nigeria is experiencing one of the fastest transition process, especially with the advent of the social media and the rest of it. Feedbacks are coming in left, right, and center. If you're not up on your game, the board calls the management team, what's happening here? We are getting this feedback from the customer. Why is this product like this? Unlike how it used to be. And the Chartered Institute of Sales and Customer Service Management deemed it fit to put us together in this summit to prepare us and to position us so that by the end of first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, we'll flash back and be grateful to God for this event. Yes, like my noble moderator said, we're going to be taking the second session, Beyond Transaction. And now, I know we've had different perspectives about what transaction is, but I want us to have a little shift. Every one of us in this territorial space, the human space, offers a form of service or the other. You're a cook, your driver, the security man, the receptionist. Let me take it to the extreme, two extremes. Allow me to go this way. God created, made man. He said, go and have dominion. The word dominion comes in when there's competition. Made man in his image. The image he made man in was to give man a leverage, a platform. Doctors, engineers, artisans, technicians, every one of these sets of people offers one form of service or the other. We look at this event center, beautifully arranged. I can tell you that a number of people didn't sleep overnight. We're all well seated now. There are a lot of back end. Make sure this is this, make sure this is that. We're all seated. That's what it is. So we are going into 2026 with a shift in mindset. Every personality in the human territorial sphere offers one form of service or the other. And the beauty of it is that it's the experience. It's the experience that lingers. It's the experience that continues, either in entertainment, either in the banking, either in the oil and gas, energy, petrochemicals, in whatever segment, even in the religious setting. Let me bring it down to the family front. Husband, wife, children. The children are there playing their role. The man is there playing his role. The woman is complimenting. And I made a statement some moments back. I said, the moment a personality in that space is seen as a competitor, then companionship is defeated. And why do I say that? We're going to have a lot of challenges in the coming year in terms of those that will remain on the platform, those that will be there, those that can soar, those that can move. Coming back, we all transacting. God transacted. Let me take us to, sorry, I'm used to that climb. Revelations 17 now. It says, even the merchandise of the souls of men. So even men's souls are also on the platform to be merchandised. What experience have we left our customers with? I open the floor with three things. Beyond transaction, beyond buying and selling, A, B, C. And if we can't remember anything, let that ABC stick to our mind. One of the easiest things you tell people, a child, ABC. A, be active, add value. Add value. Add value. One of the things you must strive not to lose in any sphere is relevance. The moment a personality loses relevance in a setting, in an ecosystem, even in the value chain, in the food chain, in the environment, the moment a personality loses relevance, that's the end. You see a number of people have near-death experiences and you wonder, how did this one got saved? B, build bridges. Beyond transaction, you must build bridges. Don't close the door that you didn't open. Many of us are standing on leverages and platforms of our companies, organizations, and brands, and our superior artifacts and the rest of them. Don't shut the door that you did not open. Leave it open. Allow it to remain open. C, constantly continue. You can continue, but you and I know that at times you can continue and then interruptedly, okay, wait for some time. Constantly continue. In going beyond transaction, those three things are very valid and very potent. Add value, build bridges, and then constantly continue. So we'll take you across different plethora of life experiences. This is December. Many companies are doing their end of year, counting applauses. Where did we make profit? Where did we make gain? Our learning points, our learning curves. What will take us into the coming years? Like I said, not just 2026. These three things, having it on our front burner, will see us move beyond just, he comes to me, I sell to him, I have a catalog of his birthday days, send text messages to every customer, every client, wishing you a happy birthday, happy wedding anniversary. This cake is for your family. That experience is important. Like I said, we have competition. Competition is outside. Even God had to up his game. Yes. God had to up his own game. Allow me to use that word. And lastly, I also like to say this before we roll. The number one, or let me call it one of the taboos in customer service. Please try as much as possible not to complain in the presence of your customer. Thank you very much. So, Ma, I'll start with us. In your climb, in your environment, we have different personalities here, seated, trying to juxtapose what have transpired 2025 or prior to now. Okay, Ciscsm, I'm a member. What benefits am I looking at? How does it help? How will it help? How will it shape my view in the coming year? What can you tell us to learn from in this coming year that will help us into the coming year? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. And first, I want to appreciate being invited here. It's indeed a great pleasure. I never knew about this institution, but I think in the few moments or few days that I've read about it, I think it's very, very laudable. First, I want to say that a lot of times when customer service or salespeople deal with their customers, they're looking at service, because I'm going back to the theme of this summit. It's talking about customer service and customer experience. I think, like you said, social media has exposed a lot of people to what service actually means. So it has become the foundation. It's something that is assumed that must occur. But now I want you to look beyond that, because the world is getting more customer-centric. Now, organizations that thrive are those that pay attention to their customers. I know we have been trained to be product-centric. What do I mean by that? When we go out to sell or we want to do a transaction, what at the back of your mind is you want to do is how to get your sales. But then you are so much interested in getting someone to buy your product that you have not looked at the perspective of the customer. So I'm big in insurance. That's my industry. What we now tell them is that you cannot afford to focus on your products. Identify your customers' needs, their wants, their aspirations. Then match a product in your kitty, in what your company offers, with the aspirations of the customers, the needs of the customers, so that you can meet their needs, provide a service, and also ensure that the experience is good. So where I was going with customer service is that it is really transactional. You need to move away from transactional customer service. You need to look more at experience. While customer service has become a norm, so to speak. So if you service your customer, what I mean is by anything you do while they're about to buy your product, before, during, and after your product, is customer service. But the experience is an emotional attachment to the brand which you represent. You may do customer service 100% and still not get a correct customer experience. So while we're looking at products, let's take a shift from products. Let's be more customer-centric. Let's look at the different touch points when your customer is relating with anybody on the value chain. And what we refer to that is that the customer journey map. What is your customer journey like? What kind of experience do they have? Right from the person that introduces the product to the one that services it, is it an experience that they can relate to? Is a relational thing, an emotional attachment? People who have great experience with your products will definitely come back and give you referrals or referrals. But when we focus on our customer service, it has become something of the norm, so to speak, because social media has exposed us to our customers to what they should expect of you as a sales management person or a salesperson. So experience is big now because it enables you attract loyalty. It's not about just saying, oh, this product, and let me say from insurance perspective, oh, this person had the claim, we paid the claim. What was the experience like buying the product? What was the experience like getting information about the claim? What was the experience like at the point in time when the claim was paid? Did you show empathy? Was the customer able to experience? And customer experience is usually said to be the moment of truth. How do I feel about what I have bought? Have you sold the product to your client? That at the end of the day, the client is thinking, why have I even bought this? There's no connection. No matter how good your product is, if there's no emotional connection between that customer and that product or your brand, because that brand goes beyond product. If there's no emotional connection, then the experience may not be good. And especially for people that sell intangible goods like insurance, services, salesperson, you need to go a little bit more. How have I experienced? What has the experience been using my product? You need to map out the customer journey from point one to point last. You also need to ensure that you have experience standards. Yes, you want to sell your product, but you must have a standard experience you want your customers to have so that they can keep coming back. It's the experience that matters, not the service in which in your own eyes has been excellent. Your excellent service will not have produced an excellent experience. So it's that one you want to service the customer well. Why didn't she or she come back for renewal, repeat purchase, or even cross-selling? If you have a good experience with the brand, once you sell a product, you can go back and sell another because the experience is good. So, and then when we talk about customer experience, it's not something that only the salesperson will do. The organization needs to support, need to train them on how to map and take particular attention of the experience of the customer. Even though you think you have done the best thing, what does your customer feel? So it's an emotional attachment. It's not transactional, it's relational. How am I able to relate with my customer? As a salesperson, as members of this organization, take it from me. Customer service is a norm. It's like the foundation. It's expected. But then customer experience is what we take with far, because that's where you can have a long-term value for your customers. Loyalty is what leads to that. People or your customers believing that yes, you have provided the solution to the need which they are experiencing. So I think I want to stop at that for now. So
thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much. A round of applause for Ms. Fab. Now, she said something very striking. The journey plan from point A, point Z. It's our responsibility as professionals to add that touch, to add that extra. You know, sales itself is, there's a bit of sentiment in sales, whether you like it, whether you believe it. In fact, allow me to say that the fact that you don't believe a thing doesn't mean that that thing is not existing. That's the truth. Some 30 years ago, if I told you that, okay, I'm going to have a meeting in Singapore by 12 midnight, you would look at me and say, this man must kill wizard. This man must kill wizard. 12 midnight, he said he's having meeting. That means it's going to fly. But today, you know now. In fact, it was in TikTok now that decided to ban because people were like, so you can imagine people are stretching beyond limits, beyond bounds. And the reason why this kind of fora is very important is because we are not selling in isolation. You're not relating in isolation. By the time you are leaving that company, your competitor is going there. Says, madam, will take you out. What we are going to we'll sponsor your vacation. So it's beyond just you, okay. You had the 30 sales, you met your targets. What's the assurance that there's going to be continuity in you meeting that target? And like I said earlier, at the moment, the personality loses relevance. School environment, church environment, neighborhood environment, work environment. You begin to see management, you're going to say, okay, we are trying to cut our budget. That's because let's put it in clear terms as those word relevance. I'm going to be giving our next speaker to say a couple of things on a blend and an interface of the experience you should be looking at beyond transactions, especially with the advent of the new regime we're going to be entering into. Who has an idea of that regime? Thank you very much. Put your hands together for our next new speaker. It gives us a wonderful experience. I'm already feeling the vibrations from our people.
Good morning, everyone. Delighted to be here. By training and profession, I'm a numbers person. Just like we're looking at sales and customer service management, it goes beyond numbers. True. We market products too, market our skills, and incidentally, I've had calls in my career to run manufacturing organizations. And when you manufacture, that's just one bit of satisfying the customer need, because you don't manufacture because you like the product. You manufacture because that is what your customers need, and you want to meet that need. Taking customer experience beyond transaction is very key. Let me say up front that we need to go beyond our traditional branding and marketing. I'll give an example. There was a time I was a fan of Apple products, and if a cousin wanted to buy an iPad for me, he gave them my number, gave them my name, and I started getting calls from all over. Oh, would you want your name on the iPad? Would you want it customized to a certain level? And I was amazed that the whole of Apple organization recognizes one person who is in Nigeria, personal, and they want to satisfy me. They want to know like one beyond the functionality of the iPad. That is the way to go. We're looking at regular communication at first. How do you keep your customer beyond the first transaction that they have had, or the potential transaction that you would have? It is to communicate regularly. They would have known my preferences if they had not communicated with me. And in the communication, it was not just one-off, it was constant and regular. Remember, Dr. mentioned doing it continuously. A salesman repeat purchases by the customers that sustains the business. So when you're looking at growth, it has to be sustainable growth. And as a numbers person, everything that we do, the calls that you make, the experiences that you want to share with your customers, they have to be profitable. Profit touches all the points of the organization, the employees, the shareholders, the government, because if the business is not profitable, the government will not make tax. I mean, you pay tax on your profit. The employees will not get their bonuses. The customers themselves will just be enjoying the product. So it is very key that your sales and your effort must be profitable. Forward in 2026 and beyond, when you are looking at the customer experience, you have to do something spectacular. And when I say something spectacular, the world is moving to what we call value granularity. That is a BCG research, and Bain and Co. have shown that you don't have to have big projects, huge projects. You add value to the small experiences, enhancement of the little things that you would keep your customers more with such improvement than when you have huge initiatives. For instance, in the energy sector, I'm aware that in certain places, people do not want to be metered. Why? Because they believe even when they are metered, they won't get the electricity. So it is better for them to pay, if they are paying maybe 4,000 naira per month, just using a random number. It is better for them 4,000 that they are wasting the money than to have a meter that they will now put you in band A or band B, and you'll be paying maybe 30,000 naira, even without getting a regular supply. Now, if Ikeja Electric or Ibadan Electric, any of the distribution companies would tackle the supply in each neighborhood, that, okay, we guarantee you 24 hours in 2 days. And the 24 hours will be split into 12 hours. And you are so sure, and it happens, what would the customer experience be like? It will change everything. You'll be amazed what that change will be. So we're looking at a situation where from 2026 and beyond, you'll be looking at value enhancement, little improvement in certain areas that will give you the kind of profit that you are looking at. Talking about tax, you can imagine if you are selling insurance, for instance, and you have within the system, your salespeople are well trained. They know the new tax regime, and in selling or working with the customers, even the existing ones, and you are deliberate about explaining the new tax regime to them while relating with them, maybe as they're paying their premium. And what difference would that make? It will be huge. So that is the kind of thing we are looking at in customer service relationship now, beyond just, oh, I have this product I want to sell to you. I have an experience with a particular brand. They are all over the place. They are using AI tools. They use the social media. But if you engage them, I once bought face cap, and when it was delivered, it was way different from what I was expecting. And I get feedback from, you have customers around, and you get feedback. And that feedback is very key going forward. You must look out for such feedback. I can assure you that business except they change things. Maybe they have some people working with them who will pass through this institute and they will know that they have to do something different. That business, I give them another 5 years. I don't know of other clients, but in Nigeria here, 5 years is even too long. You just hear that, okay, there was a brand called XYZ. I hope I'm not talking about Timo. I heard somebody say Timo. So it is very important. Let me just put a comma here. Return to doctor, and then we say some other things before we round up this session.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Put a round of applause to him. A round of applause to him. A few minutes, please. I need to say this, and allow me to say this standing. I'm going to pick 2 questions on our behalf before you come in. Just 2 on our behalf. But also, the reason why I'm standing is because it's called presence. In this, allow me to say this, please. In this terrestrial plane, now, why do I keep referring to terrestrial plane? Because we have the cosmetic, we have the celestial, we have a lot of people spiritual. This, you and I, we can see you flesh. You see, robotics, fine. AI, fine. Humans, feelings, like she said, there must be a connect. I uphold family values very strongly, and I'll also permit me with permission to say this. You give your spouse an experience that runs in her head or drives her. No matter the teething issues in that marriage, because like now, the question I'm going to ask now is that sales guys are going to be pushed at the beginning of next month. It will drive you. You are like, guy. In fact, your phone will be buzzing, as in, because some will fall under the error of being double taxed. There will be a lot of disruptions before we now stabilize. Even this meeting you're talking about, some people are billed as an extra, and they tell you have to pay for it. There's going to be a lot of disruptions, whether you like it or not. But we are humans. A customer guy comes to you and is helping you to solve that problem, solve that headache. You are going home to meet tension. It's not their fault necessarily deliberately. It's because of the antecedent effect from those disruptions. So don't take it personal. It's the job. The question I'm going to ask Maya is that, in the context of the risks involved, some of us will take journeys. They say, your next posting is to Maiduguri. Or you're going to travel by road because the company is trying to cut expenses. But you know what can happen on the road? Like in the regimented system, they'll say, yes, sir. It's you that will now use your word discretion. That underline that word discretion. In the light of A, add value. B, build bridges. C, be constantly continuous. Ma, how do we define the boundary between what is moral and what is not moral? In the context of meeting the target for the coming year, because there's going to be push.
I don't understand what you mean.
Okay, insurance.
What is moral and immoral?
Okay, thank you. Let me break it down.
Maybe I would prefer you say what is ethical and what is unethical.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, that's your view.
Yes, because
in the course of trying to meet up.
Yeah. I sometimes in my classes I ask salespeople, are you a hunter or a farmer? Are you a hunter or a farmer? What do hunters do? They just go point and kill and they're good. They walk away. A farmer cultivates. If you want a great customer experience, you need to be a farmer. It is not in all cases you are a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a farmer that cultivates long term because you're building relationship. You are building trust. A good customer experience will bring you trust. A farmer cultivates. And if you remember that we said that repeat sales is good. Repeat sales and customer experience will give you referrals.
Thank you.
It lessens your burden. The acquisition cost for you as a salesperson is reduced. What you need to do is look at your customers' pain points at each point in time. Are you good with what I have done? Go back if it's not good, even if you're, and try to manage expectations, because I think that's what
Yes.
salespeople do in trying to manage. They don't manage expectations well, and sometimes they promise what they cannot give.
Exactly.
And that's where your unethical thing comes in.
Thank you.
Manage your customers' expectation. Be transparent, be truthful. Where you are selling, don't, because of targets, engage in unethical things. It will backfire. And I like what you said. Whatever you have found existing, don't destroy
Thank
by
you.
your own interaction.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for her. Round of applause for her. Brief question. No, a different question on our behalf. And I'll make it very simple. Do you agree with the school of thought that says that you have to lose some to win some? From the context of what you just said earlier, talking about power, you have to win some. It's a big basket. You lose some to win some in balancing, because there's a bridge between that question and the question she just said. Thank you.
Thank you very much. When it comes to sales and customer service management and business in general, I don't think about that concept at all.
Okay.
Why? Because I set out to win all the time.
Thank you.
And that is why we're here.
Exactly.
That is why we're talking about what do we need to do to keep our customers and give them the perfect experience that will ensure their loyalty. Because all that we're talking about is loyalty. If they call maybe a phone 5 million naira, some will not think twice to buy, even though they may have to source for the money, because they are loyal to that brand. And that loyalty does not come cheap. I gave the experience of my love for Apple before, but I got a customer service person who was working with Samsung, and he approached me, talked about all the points where Samsung was better than Apple. And I remember truly, any app you have to pay. Any app you have to pay. But for Samsung at that time, I know they have gone in that direction now. But at that time, everything was available. Just buy the phone and you have access. But it took one person to change my preference, to change my taste. And it was because of the kind of training that that person has been given. Let me add that what she has said about being a farmer, it is very important as we go forward that you check up on your customers. You get feedback from them. Loyalty programs are important. Don't say because you have bought, even though the brand I refer to, they have some loyalty programs, but the customer experience does not encourage repeat sales. So whatever loyalty program you introduce in your businesses, make sure the customer experience is almost perfect. And partnership is key. I'm making reference to one point that Madam made. Very, very important for trust and partnership. As a numbers person, I can tell you we want to grow our sales in the coming year, 2026, by 500%. What will be your reaction? You will shout, this board or this MD wants to destroy us. But is it possible? Yes, it is. There are green areas for time limit.
True.
I can't go through them now,
Yeah.
but it's very important that you look at them. Is this thing possible? Of course, if you don't get 500%, maybe you end with 400% growth. I'm talking about growth now.
Yeah.
And you cannot grow a business where your customers are not satisfied.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for him. A round of applause for him. He emphasized being optimistic and also personalism. It's one of the course modules in Ciscsm. We'll take two questions, just two questions, one from this side and one from this other side. Because of our time, two questions. I can see a hand. I can see one hand there.
Can the persons with questions to come forward? Yes, because we have people who are joining us online so they can see and hear your voice as well. So thank you. Thank you very much. Your name and your question. What's the second person? Second person. So we'll do this real quick and we're done. Okay, Lee one.
Thank you very much. I'm Christopher Cabot. In the game of numbers, my question is to you, sorry, sir. Now, you said the game of numbers, we looking at the concept win all the time. I really need you to explain that because in the game of numbers, because I deal with numbers, I know there are times that the figures don't even add up. So I need you to explain the concept, the mindset of always winning in the game of numbers. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for that question.
Having the positive attitude of winning all the time does not mean you will not lose some. All I'm trying to put across is the mindset that you ought to have the mindset of winning all the time. In fact, in life, when you see Ronaldo scoring games, if you check the statistics, or Michael Jordan, if you check the statistics, probably they would have lost more goals than they have scored. But at the end of the day, because they had that winning mindset, people see the goals that they have scored and they have outplayed other competitors. So when I say you can get 500% growth, and that is what you set out to achieve, it asks you to know, how do I achieve this? And in the process, one thing that is important for sustainable growth in any business will be kicked off inadvertently. You start to think of innovation. How do I get share of the pocket of the people, even though this industry seems to be saturated? Yeah. But there are people who are not playing the game as well as I am playing it. Let me give an example. I buy perfume, and I have somebody who, each time I buy perfume, he will give me this atomizer, maybe two. For what would my experience be? Would I go to another vendor who will not give me anything in addition to what he has given me? And he's calling me all the time to say, how did I find the smell? I hope when you got into the hall, people were looking around to see who has fouled the air here, foul positively. So the winning concept is not that you will not lose at all, but it's for you to have a mindset of when you go for it, you will get it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. A round of applause for him. Let me have
I
you.
quickly want to chip in that winning may not be at the onset because it is natural. Sometimes it is you may win. It's like you being at war, because sometimes sales is a war.
It
you
actually
may
is.
actually lose a battle but win the war eventually. That's what I wanted to say. That sometimes in your being transparent, you may lose a customer. It's good if it's for the right reasons, but you may eventually win that customer after finding out that you had been much more open about what you want to offer. So sometimes you may lose a battle, but you will eventually still win the war. It's important to have a winning mindset. I agree with you totally.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A round of applause for her. We have. Yeah.
That's our president. Please put your hands together for him, please.
Yeah, it's been quite interesting. And one mindset that needs to be jettisoned or reset, because you can format and reformat, including the mind, is people think they work for the organization. Whereas you once are in the market, in the customer service, you are actually in an interface that places you on a leverage that could also shoot you up in your career. So the mindset we should have is that this is an opportunity for me to market myself. That means that you seize the ownership of the process. I'm the owner of this process. I'm part and parcel. I'm not just an employee. I'm actually a stakeholder. Given opportunity to represent an organization. A lot of people are on the street looking for a way to market themselves. Your first mindset is once you secure employment opportunity, whether temporary or permanent, you are an interface between the organization and the other stakeholders. So you become part of the public relations of that organization, including yourself. I want us to have a short video to say this. Just short video to kind of embellish this 1 minute. They will put it on now.
Yes, price for pictures. So the pictures first. Yes, we'll take your address. That's good. 1, 2, mic check. Thank you. A round of applause for them. Please, just want to take pictures for this session. Mr. President, we need you in the middle. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Photographers, we're doing this in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Everybody say cheese. Say dollars. Great. Thank you very much. A round of applause for them. Thank you. Thank you. Please, round of applause for Mr. President as he takes his address. Thank you very much. And immediately after the address, we'll have a short video on demand. The president has demanded a video play. So studio, get ready. Once he's done, we'll play the video. Thank you very much.
Actually, I want to just say that is it working? Hello? It's an address that should have been heard before now, but it's better late than never. Distinguished guests, esteemed professionals, respected speakers, valued partners, inductees, and participants, on behalf of the Council, Governing Council, and the entire leadership of the Chartered Institute of Sales and Customer Service Management, Ciscsm, I am delighted to warmly welcome you to this prestigious summit. This summit represents a significant gathering of minds, ideas, professionals committed to advancing excellence in sales, customer service, leadership, and business growth. It has been carefully designed. This summit has been carefully designed to provide rich insights, practical knowledge, and strategic direction that will empower individuals and organizations to thrive in today's highly competitive marketplace. At Ciscsm, our mandate is clear: to promote professionalism, uphold ethical standards, develop globally relevant competencies, and build a strong community of certified practitioners who can drive sustainable business success and national development. This summit is a reflection of that unwavering commitment. I extend my sincere appreciation to our key speakers, panelists, sponsors, partners, and the organizing committee for their invaluable contributions and dedication. I also congratulate into the Institute today marks the beginning of a new chapter in higher professional responsibility, recognition, and opportunity. As you participate in today's sessions, I encourage you to engage actively, network meaningfully, share ideas freely, and embrace the knowledge that will be shared. May this summit inspire bold thinking, renewed purpose, and lasting professional impact. Once again, I warmly welcome you. I wish you a highly rewarding and impactful summit experience, which you had already started having anyway. Thank you very much.
One more time, a round of applause for our president, please. One more time, please, a round of applause for Mr. President. All right. So I'm supposed to welcome the next panel, but before I do that, I need to once again recognize the presence of some of our dignitaries in the room, in no particular order. Once I is a council member. Can we also join me recognize Mrs. Ogurinu Belinda? Thank you. I also want to welcome Mr. Otome Oyo, is a council member as well. Thank you very much, sir. Can we also welcome Ms. Dr. Yesde Abiodun Oyetayo? Thank you very much. I also want to recognize Dr. Victor Orowale. Thank you. Thank you very much. Can we also recognize Dr. Oladejo Clement Ayo? Thank you. Can we recognize the presence of Dr. Lolade Ajetumobi, a council member as well? Then also recognize the presence of Barrister Tobatele Femi Adebokola, Esquire. If you are in the room and you've heard me mention your name, please would need you to come to the designated areas. And I also want to recognize the presence of Dr. Ifedayo Owusheni, our registrar. Dr. Ifedayo, I think we need you here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Then, of course, our very able president, Mr. Sunday O. Fayoshe. One more time, a round of applause for our president. Thank you. Okay. So I want us to do something real quick. How many states do we have in Nigeria? You see, they're shaking your head. I want to send somebody to Maiduguri to be the head of sales and So I saw an email. This is a literal email. I should say the states first. I should go first. I've gone everywhere. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I've been there, done that. I have a T-shirt for it. You know. Oh, should I show you my T-shirt? After the service, I will show you my t-shirt. So it's interesting the kind of knowledge we're getting here, the kind of investment in leadership for next year. And the first panel we had was so integral to what we're going to be seeing in 2026. You know, it touched every part of our daily life, from the maid you employed in your house, your driver, to the supermarket, how the exchange of your money should come with requisite service. You know, you shouldn't feel like I was ripped off, even if I got that thing for cheap because of the experience. So we had Dr. Oyetayo mentioned something like, let's go from product centricism to customer centricism. I love that. And also move from transactional customer service to experiential attachment. People should be attached experientially to the service that you're offering. And we also had from our able Mr. Abudu, Mr. Badmos, talk about the fact that you always win. Mindset of a winner. There's a documentary I think everyone should see. It's a documentary of the gazelle and the lion. How many of you have seen that documentary? I think I'll share it to Dr. Osheni. It's a documentary on sales, that is an introduction into sales and customer success. Are you a gazelle or a lion? A lion is going out every day looking for gazelle to eat. A gazelle is going out every day praying for a lion not to see it. So which one are you as a salesperson? Studio, I need some heads up. Are we ready? Let me know when we're ready. I would be getting ready to invite for the next panel, but before that, we have a short video that should come up. You know, something happened just recently while we were coming into the hall this morning. For those that came early, I saw one of the parents in here was talking to her mother, most likely, and give the phone to her child, say, talk to grandma. And the child said, give me some privacy. And I just remembered when I was that age. I told my mother to give me some privacy. I'll get the privacy, yeah? You will get privacy, but in a private ward in a hospital. My mind just went back quick, like, privacy. Privacy. But you know, it's all good. It's all good. It reminds me of, you know, the way we grew up. Sometimes I mean, have you ever wondered if your parents really gave birth to you or adopted you? Oh, I thought it was only me. I actually called for family meeting that I should do DNA. It was, and the thing is, I'm the exact replica of my father, the same voice, same steps, everything. So there's no way DNA would fail. But I wondered if that guy gave birth to me. He didn't really beat us, but the way he will look at you and your spirit will leave you. You know that kind of look? Where your father looks at you. My mom was the gentle one. My dad will look at you. I'm trying to get time for the video to come up. So my father would say things like, okay, let me never go into specifics. But the way my father would look at you in such a way, your spirit would. So, for example, do not play with the neighbor's children because they are spoiled. How many remember those? What is the spoiling? They don't know how to greet. They are very rude. So that was a spoil. Not that they used to steal or stuff, but they are very rude kids. They're not respectful. So don't play with the neighbor's kids. Simple instruction, yes. My father left for work one day and came back and gave me things to do. Iron his uniforms. He was a military person. Iron the uniforms. And my father came back one day and I had ironed the uniform, yeah. Then I went to pick a brand new suit he got. So let me be the good kid. So, because I wanted to ask for Felele. Who remember Felele ball? Felele, right. I grew up in Surulere, so we used to play Felele four aside. So I wanted to be the good kid to ask for Felele. So I picked the new suit and I wanted to iron it. Then my neighbor, Obiageli, came, very pretty Obiageli. She came to gist with me. So I kept the iron on the suit trouser and I was gisting with Obiageli. Then my father came back from work. He used to work at the Tire police station at that time, many years ago. And he saw me and said, well done, no. I walked inside the house. Then my father, by the time he removed the iron had kissed the two legs. So it burns one side and burns the other. The iron could go in through. So he came back and said, When you finish, go and pay a bride price. Because today you have become a man. I didn't understand what he was talking about. The only thing I remember is when I came back into the room, as I opened the door, I didn't know whether it was light or darkness or something hit me. And the only time I woke up was when my mother was fanning me. Mind you, my mother was not at home. My mother had gone to work around Airways. You remember Airways? Aguda. My mother had gone to work and she comes back around 7. This is around 2 o'clock. The only thing I remembered was my mother was fanning me, say, "You don't used to hear word." And I'm wondering, I don't used to hear word. What do you mean? It was a while later I realized that heaven and earth, the Bible says, not the title of my word. I saw it firsthand. The heaven and earth came and passed away, and I passed away with it. Please, a round of applause for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here remembering when I went to Covenant University, we had a roommate who had a special anointing. He had a Passover anointing. Anywhere he passes, something must pass over. So in simple English, he used to steal. If he comes to your room, he will leave with his hands like that. I didn't take anything. No. Check his boxers. There's laptop charger inside. Yeah, I don't want to mention names. He's a pastor today by the grace of God. Yeah, because that's what happens in covenant transformation. He's a pastor. But when we came in 100 level, I mentioned his name. You don't know his surname. So Ayo had a gift, special anointing. If he comes to your room, something must pass over. So we used to wonder why things get missing in the room, and he'll be the one that'll be helping us to go and look for it. Until one day where we had a stronger, the Bible says that people will be doing evil until a stronger evil. You have to bind the lower evil to bring the stronger evil. We had someone from Sierra Leone who was introduced into our room our second year. This one was an expert to Bologbo. His father was a politician and they brought him to rehab. They brought him to rehab and dropped him in our room. He used to mix stuff, Korean time, with his Indomie spice. You know what they used to mix? So in the middle of the night when others are sleeping, he'll be doing press up and sweating. Are we good? We're doing press up and sweating. And one day, Ayo forgot his place. I went to take something that belonged to the other guy. And the other guy put him in his place. He connected cables, wires to the electric and was touching him. That who took my laptop? Who took my laptop? The guy said, I don't know who took the laptop. Who took my laptop? So we woke up in the middle of the night. Something was burning. Like, who's cooking? And we're not allowed to cook. Who's cooking in the room? What's burning? It was Alamotu that was burning. We call him Alamotu. I don't know what that means, but we call him Alamotu. Alamotu was burning. Do you know, this guy dealt with him so much, he took us into the restroom to show us where he used to hide stolen laptops inside the roof. And that day we brought out almost 11 laptops. Yeah, 11 laptops and had him over to school. He was going to be expelled, but by the message, because God knows there's a calling on his life, right? There's a calling on his life, whatever that calling is. And he was suspended for about a year or so, but he came back saying, today is a pastor in the UK. And I can imagine. So imagine there's no other church in this world, and the only church is the church by my guy. Man, would you attend the church? Please put your hands together for yourselves, everyone. All right, in the absence of the video, I think I'll just go to our next panel. So I think I'll just skip and go to the next panel. Whenever you're ready, we're ready. So please join me. Welcome our next panel session. I'd like to welcome a seasoned marketing and commercial leader with deep expertise in brand and growth strategy across industries, including FMCG, packaging, oil and gas, telecommunications. He has worked with world-class organizations such as Nestle, Coca-Cola, Diageo, Tetra Pak, and Sahara Group, delivering impactful strategies at both regional and global levels. He holds an MBA from Imperial College Business School, London, and is a principal consultant at Harlequin Page, a board member of Orpheus Communications, that's CT 105.1 FM, and and I see you, and a passionate mentor shaping the next generation of marketing genius. Please join me welcome Mr. Otome Oyo. A round of applause for him, please. Next is a seasoned insurance professional and business leader with over 5 years of experience in health, life, and general insurance. A proud member of the Chartered Insurance Institute of Nigeria, CIIN. She currently serves as the head of business development and ESG at LSSBI Advisory, driving sustainability-focused initiatives that align corporate growth and with ESG principles. She's also the founder of Harrisonite Life Care Foundation, supporting elderly care in vulnerable communities, and CEO of Harrisonite Solutions, making insurance accessible, affordable for families and organizations. She's an author, a mentor, and advocate for purpose-driven leadership. Please welcome with me Mrs. Ogurino Belinda. Please welcome also a highly accomplished management, sales, and marketing professional with over 30 years of leadership experience across multinational and indigenous organizations in Nigeria. He currently serves as General Manager, Sales and Business Development at Fullman Chemical Nigeria Limited, and has held senior leadership roles with organizations including Nigerian Breweries PLC, Formosa Bottling Company, Geoneo Life International USA, Mocha Foam, Olight Manufacturing, and Ibeto Petrochemicals. A fellow of the National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria, a respected strategist, mentor, and public speaker committed to driving growth and developing people. Please welcome Dr. Oladejo Clement Ayo. I would also like to once again invite to moderate this session Dr. Victor Orowale. Please put your hands together for Dr. Victor. But before we go, can we take that video now? Oh, no, they're blocking the video. They're blocking the screens. We can't take that now. We'll come back and take the video. Thank you.
Thank you. It's our pleasure once again to be here for you. In one of our modules, Ciscsm says, the company offers, the customer chooses. The company offers, the customer chooses. I'll pick it from the last panelist, from the question that our young man asked during the first session about numbers. Now, there is something about organizations and the board of directors, the chairman, decision makers. They look at numbers. They'll tell you, you talk too much. I don't know how many of us have been in meetings and say, Oga, all these your stories does not translate to how much. Thank you. And you are sweating and the AC is on, yet you are. In fact, say you must not miss Monday's meeting. And we are looking at the coming year. We look at the harsh economic climate, the activities of competitors. We're looking at the tax regime that will first hit so many people, so many organizations. And we're looking at let me just quickly say something that management used to have, it's called the helicopter view. They see the P&L, they see the capex, the expenses, and they see the team. And most times, when you begin to say in meetings that, sir, this target is not feasible, you create a cringe in their head that this young man cannot fit into this team. So we'll be looking at that terrain now, how do we navigate? I will, Chartered Institute of Sales and Customer Service Management, add value to my arsenal, to the bullet I'll be bringing to the table. Gazelle Lion experience. How do you want to run that part? Most of what we see is that small space. Management sees, we started with a target of 25 million liters. And as at December, you're only doing 7 million liters. How do you present to the board that you will even do well? One thing I need to emphasize is that the salesperson is in the forefront, but he has other customer service, internal customer service at the back end. Those in operations, those in production, those in finance. And time is of essence. A customer engages you in the forefront and you need backup. The experience that you create in the organization, it's important that we see ourselves as members of the same team. The moment you become an internal competitor, companionship is defeated. So we'll be looking at how do we want to navigate through this let's be optimistic now, but that's the reality. They'll push us in the coming year. In fact, they say hit the ground running. But interestingly, the antecedent tools to hit the ground running might not even have been provided. Yet, you have to what? Hit the ground. And we told us at the beginning that you have to add value, build bridges. So, the cream that we have here will help us. Sir, the floor is set.
I'm happy to be in your midst. Thank you very much. All other protocols duly observed. Just like you rightly mentioned, when you don't sell, you have a story to tell. We all know that. So in order to avoid telling stories, what should we do? We need to sell. We need to generate revenue. Because without the revenue, the organization cannot survive. It cannot thrive. And that is why the buck stops, with us, the sales and marketing people. And it's a great job. I keep telling people, that's the best job. That's the best work I love doing. I've been privileged to have, passed through a number of other functions. Finance. In fact, I even started with engineering. That's the truth. Engineering. Then one of my big boss observed certain things, some traits in me, and said, you'll be a good salesperson. And right from the uttering of that statement, I've been in sales. Engineering, finance, then sales, and I love it. Yes, is the economy tight? Very tough. Very tight. As we are entering 2026, right now, I'm sure by now you must have drawn up your budget, or you're about, concluding your budget. So what is expected of us? The first question I will ask us is this: where do you get your news from? The news about the tough economy, where do you get them from? Do you get it from the press? As a salesperson, we are expected to get the news about the economy from who? Anybody? What do you say? Thank you very much. Don't whisper it. Say it loud. Thank you. We should get the news about the economy from our customers. That's the best news about the economy that you can get. And you know why we need to get the news from our customers? Is because, just as my brother mentioned here, when you are setting your target, there is no way you tell management that the target is unachievable. You know why? Because we are expected to have profiled the setting of the target with our customers in mind. You look at the territory you cover. In fact, every salesperson, we're supposed to have the map of the whole country and then maybe the map of the territory you cover. Then you look at the spread of the of your client. Then you look at your product. So as you are profiling your customers, you're also profiling your product. The product that you sell, is it services? Is it tangible? Is it intangible? Is it fast-moving consumer goods? We all know what we sell. So with that, you come up with profiling of the will-be customers, the target customers of your brand. So based on that, you use that to, you walk back. I have target of 500 million, 1 billion. What's my coverage area? I'm covering, are you in charge of the whole country? Or you're a regional person? Or you're an area person? Or just a small territory? You look at the will-be client, the target customer for that particular services or product that you offer. So based on that, you know, we have this what we call demography. So you come up with, okay, in Lagos, you have the male, the female, the children, the adult, and stuff like that. Who are those that will likely make use of my brand? If you're into B2B, you look at the companies, the industries, the relevant industries. Based on the relevant industries, you look at what's their consumption pattern for that particular brand that you offer. I give you an instance. Currently now, my company is into water treatment. We're into cleaning and hygiene disinfectant products. We're into adhesives. With these three major categories, we've been able to profile all our target customers. We've been able to say, okay, who are those that we need to treat their waters? We have them in a category. Who are those that we need the cleaning and disinfectant products? We have them. Who are those that we need industrial hygiene products? We have that category. And then who are the relevant industries that we need adhesives, glue, general balance? We already have them. Where are they situated? Basic questions that we should ask as salespeople is, once you have a product or service to offer, the question, just like the 4 P's that we all know, who are you selling to? Where are you selling them? What are you selling? How will you sell them? So based on this, it helps in profiling our customers. We know the economy is tight. Another thing I will mention in this tough economy is that as long as our product is relevant, as long as there are users of the services and product that you offer, definitely you are supposed to be in business. It's only when there are no one using your product or services, then you can say you are out of business. And that is why you see that management will never agree with any salesperson saying that maybe the target is not achievable, it's not realistic, it's not this or that. They won't look at that because the target has been set with all this at the back of our mind. Then another question that should come to our mind is, during tough economy, especially the one we're experiencing now, what should you do as management, as sales management, marketing management, or general management? Should you cut down on marketing expenses? What do you say? Yes or no? The answer is not coming out the way it should be. And why? In simple sentence, and why? The way I reply is this. I said, when you are sick, is that when you should stop taking your medication? Because every brand needs brand awareness. And as long as you want brand awareness for the services and products that you offer, when the economy is tight, that is when you should do more of your marketing. That's the truth. That is when you should expose your brand to more market, more target customers. And that is when you should even innovate more. Another question I will also want to, another point I would like to mention is we need to know our reality. Because sometimes the problem might not be as bad as we are looking at it. And that's the truth. Then, as mentioned earlier, You need to know your numbers. Numbers don't lie. What are the past trends? The revenue for the organization, where were they coming from? Has someone stolen, let me use the word stolen, has someone stolen your client while you were asleep? Or due to not so effective customer services, your previous client, they've drifted away. Then what are the things you need to do? That may also be part of the way forward. So looking at the past trend, the historical facts, you might be able to see those that were bringing in figures. They were generating revenue for your organization that you need to revive. If you are new in the organization, you might need to find out what led to the exit of this particular person. And based on that, it could be just customer relationship that led to the exit, and you might need to go and revive that. You might need to network with people that could help you out, in bringing such businesses back. So you need to know your figures. You need to know your numbers. When you know the numbers, it will help a lot. I'm privileged to have one of my bosses here, Mr. Badmos. He used to be my boss. A very approachable boss, and I learned a lot from him. You also need to, when you have the map of your territory, you can use pin, different colors. When you do your BCG matrix, you can use pin to know, okay, these are the cash cow. These are the stars. These are the question mark. These are the so-called dogs. Then what can you now do to move them from the current state to your desired state? That could also help. And that is why I always emphasize that you need to drill. We know the meaning of drilling exercise. When you want to do some form of drilling exercise, it might be to keep you fit or to prepare you for any eventuality that could come later on. So as a salesperson, drilling exercise is very, very important. We need to, in finance, or rather in auditing, they say when you are placed on prompt, you probe to the bottom. I think I'm right. You probe to the bottom. So similar thing as salesperson, when we haven't seen the problem, you might need to probe to the bottom to see where the problem, emanated from. And then you begin to now take steps. Yoruba say, if you are soak, you need to know where the rain starts beating you. So I don't know how to put it in there, So those are some of the points that I've identified. Maybe when my colleagues also mention a few, we might come back again, then we'll wrap it up.
Thank you very much. A round of applause to him. A round of applause to him. Now, before I hand over to the next panelist, let me pick something from what he just said. He said we need to reflect backwards. Most of us on the front end, I believe perhaps 100% of us here, usually on the front end. You will agree with me that the energy level that you carry is not the same energy level that the back-end guy is carrying. You go to a meeting, it tells you that he's on break. He's steering his tea, his cup. It tells you he's going for lunch. God, what is your problem now? No, guy. We are not quarreling. Guy, it's the job. Don't take it personal. I need to meet up on this deliverable. So, 3 things that I will do before I hand over this microphone. Profile your previous customers. Then, do your pro rata principle, 80-20. Those ones that will give you the... Then, if you need to do damage control, because that's your specialty, that's your specialty. If you need to do damage control, go visit, do a root cause analysis. What was the problem? You were dissatisfied. Because that's one thing with customers. Once you hit the dissatisfaction button, it triggers something that affects your future business. They tell you that the target is, you must always bring every week 50 drums. And there is a potential customer asking you for a sample of 1 drum. And because the operation guy say he cannot on the machine because of energy level, are you aware that that one drum is just a sample that can snowball into maybe 200 drums? So your perception, your mindset in the coming months must be on hyper. It's not quarrel. Your colleagues are not quarreling, but you have to look for a way of managing your internal customers. If you fail in that regard of not managing the guy will fall your hand big time. He said, 5, he has gone home. We have closed for the dinner. You can't go home. Your phone is buzzing. Where is my product, Oga? You see call, you can't pick call. Because somebody internally is messing you up. So you must be spot on your internal customers first. Profile your existing customers, run your pro rata principle, and then do damage control. So that once you hit January 1, you go after those big guys because your competitors will not wait for you. While you are busy doing they will not wait for you. Thank you very much as I go forward to the next speaker. Madam, let's have you.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. Okay, I think a doctor has said a lot. I just want to add a few other points. So as salespeople, we need to reevaluate our value proposition. You know, the economic is tight. We are all saying that. But people are building houses. They are buying new cars. A lot is going on. So we just need to reevaluate our value proposition. Okay, another point we also need to, there's this saying that it's 5 times cheaper to retain a customer than acquiring new ones. We always want to go for new customers. Oh, that man just bought that 20 million car. I need to sell him a comprehensive insurance. That's 5%. We're always after that. What about our current customers? We can resell to them. So we need to pay more attention on our current clients than the new acquisition we are always running after. January is here, just like you said. Everybody is going out. But can we just take a look back to our current clients? Let's bring out our Excel sheets. Who is this? What do I need to do first? Everybody is always running out. I pray the Lord will help us. Then another point is, the Bible says something in Ecclesiastes 9:10. It said, whatsoever we find ourselves doing, whatsoever we find our hands to do, it said we should do it well. I've been in that space. Majority of us, probably when they say, oh, where are you? You say, I'm at this office. Whereas you're on your bed. And at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, you wish. It's always, a matter of wishing that, I wish I didn't sleep. I wish I did this. So many people have lost clients because of just being late. Being late to events. On my way coming here this morning, I tried to use the Google map and it was telling me this all is going to open by 10. And I was like, 10. But, they told me 9:10. So I was acting, okay, let me go. At least I'll wait outside. Some of us, we intentionally go late for meetings, for client meetings. It might be a little trigger for whoever you want to go and meet. It might be a little trigger. You're 5 minutes late, you're 10 minutes late. And to you are just like, Lagos traffic. That's our excuse, Lagos traffic. But the thing is, you are going for a meeting for 9. Nothing stops you leaving 7. Give yourself 1 hour for any eventuality, anything, traffic, the police people can stop. Anything can happen on your way. You might even get your clothes stained. So there should be an hour or less, interval. So like our doctor have said, we just need to prioritize some things at times. Sales is sweet. Sales is beautiful. But we ask ourselves, if somebody is coming to sell this to me, am I going to buy it? Value proposition. At the office, they will tell you, you have to meet up this target. Fine. It's good to meet up target. But for every little target met, let's celebrate this little win. Majority of us have been in that space too. Oh, you didn't meet up your 20 million target for this quarter and you are down. And that little process, that little time can deprive you of so many opportunities ahead. So I'm encouraging us that we should celebrate our little win. Then the aspect of, trust and visibility. How many of us has a linkage profile, that talks about everything you do? Can we raise our hand? You have LinkedIn profile that says everything. When you are selling to somebody and they're on their system, like, okay, your name is, you work with, they are checking you out. So people have lost contracts because of that. To us, it's just little details. It's not social media. Some have lost so many gigs because of that. So we need to make ourselves visible. Like the president said, we being working in an organization, most of us think we are helping them. But the truth is we are also helping ourselves. You do the job, they do the paying, but you are doing the job. So we need to be visible. Let's create content. It could be weekly. It could be probably monthly. Just create content, say something about what you do, probably your personal life that reflects to what you are doing in the office, or perhaps a customer story. Somebody might just need to just see this story, go through it, and like, oh, this is similar to what I'm going through. And that will be all. And your contact details is there, your email is there. So we need to make ourselves visible. Very, very visible. Thank you.
A round of applause for her. A round of applause. Before I hand over to my honorable last speaker, I'd like to add a few things to what she just said, and I pick it up from what you just said on visibility. The last part of our conversation talked about a certain category of customer. B2B, we have B2C, those in the retail space, retail distribution space, those in the corporate space. One of the things that is very important that we need to put top of our mind is the culture of that environment. You need to understand, and I'm going to use a word that I want us to use our discretion about. The culture of your workplace is important. It's very, very important. And then visibility. You need to be seen to be doing your job. 6. She talked about celebrating those little wins. There's a difference between doing the job of an account manager. They give you an account, you manage the account. Than you sourcing for new accounts. When you get to meetings and they want to harass you, because they give you the accounts, you put your hand back, you put your head down. They give you the account to manage. When you brought in the account, you stand, you look at your guy in his face. They are two different things. They are not the same. And now, before I hand over to our last panelist, maybe we've not really itemized those things that where we get our feedback from the customer. A lot of things will contend against your time, will contend with your time, will compete with your time. Yes, your energy, resources, scarce. Yes, we are not supposed to cut expenses, but management will tell you, see, we have to cut down on expenses. They were giving you certain amount of money for call cards before. Now, off. And you still have to reach out to that customer. So you need something extra. You need to personalize your customer based on the culture operating environment of both your workplace and that customer. And also I emphasize on those that will support you. Supporting. Because your win is not just your win alone. Your company win is hinged on a number of guys on that value chain. So as we navigate through the competition that you face outside, price, okay, we can't match this price. What is that organization doing extra? Do they have external support? Is somebody paying the price back end? There are times you use your money to get some products down for some customers because you want to win them over first. Yes. Now you understand it within the context of the culture of that environment. Is it ethical? Like our first panelist talked about, is it ethical? If it's against the ethics of that organization, it's a minus. So you're understanding that there are a lot of things, skill set, knowledge set you need to add on to yourself as we run into the coming year, because the challenge is real. That's the reality. Thank you very much, sir. As we see you on.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Thank you very much for the honor of sitting before you this morning. I'm going to do something slightly unconventional. I'm going to ask for your feedback and I'm going to tell a few stories. If I came in today and I said everyone here I was going to buy a car for everyone here, and I was going to give you three choices. It was either a BMW of your choice, a Mercedes of your choice, or a Range Rover of your choice. Can I see those who would pick the BMW?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Nobody likes BMW. No, it's brand new car, not Tokumbo, brand new. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Have you noticed that they're all male? Oh, okay. There's one lady there. Two ladies. BMW, right? Okay. Mercedes.
Well,
Oh, okay. More people. Range Rover. So let me tell you something about, and this is interesting. I've done this research several times and it's interesting. BMW people like to drive. They enjoy the experience of driving. Is that true? Right? BMW lovers, you enjoy the experience of driving. They are the ones that they are the ones that will take off on a trip. In fact, they're the ones that they made that Lagos Calabar expressway before, because oh my god, they're going to have a field day. The Mercedes people enjoy luxury. In fact, they don't want to drive, they want to be driven in that car. And they don't want anybody to know that they are being driven in that car. Am I right? You don't want anybody, you just want to sit in the back and just be enjoying it. Am I right? True or false?
true. That's true.
Thank you very much. You see the Range Rover people, they're going to be very upset about what I'm about to say, but you want people to know that you have arrived. Am I right? Now, what have I just demonstrated? I have just demonstrated a knowledge of your customer. Right? Now, has any one of you ever seen a BMW advert? Actually, an advert that was targeted at you? Or has anybody come and sell BMW to you? No. Mercedes? Have you? No. BMW, Range Rover? No. Now, this is the interesting thing. Those companies don't advertise per se. In fact, there are some companies that do not advertise at all. They don't even go to car shows. They go to airline shows. Why? They understand their customer. Their customer is not going to be reading a magazine. Their customer is not going to be going to a car show. Their customer is going to be buying a plane, though. Their customer is probably going to be going to a very, very high-end club, which is why if you go to high-end clubs in Lagos, you find luxury cars parked outside. Those cars are for sale. If you ask, they'll tell you. Or they're buying luxury homes. The cars are parked in the homes. Why? The house may come with the house may come with the car, or at least you have the opportunity to buy the car at potentially a discount because you're buying this house. What am I trying to explain? There is a deep knowledge of a customer that allows you to create an experience for that customer. And this is really about creating experiences that build customer relationships. When you understand your customer, you are able to build an experience around that product, right? That keeps the customer coming. The customer may not have the money for it today, may not be able to make the decision today, but you have an understanding of that customer. Now, let me bring it down, right? And this just helps you understand the knowledge of a customer. When I worked at Diageo, I went with the area sales manager and the regional sales manager to visit a lady in Port Harcourt who was essentially the largest beer customer in the east of Nigeria. She was number one in Nigerian brewery. She was number one in the east in Guinness. I mean, she was big. She is big. And she had bought some product and they were trying to get her to pay in time. And she was like, listen, come back on Monday, blah, blah, blah. This was Friday. Come back on Monday. The regional manager brought all the Excel sheets and said, listen, if you pay now, you get a discount, you get an incentive, all of that. She wasn't listening. She just kept rolling her eyes and, then the area manager stepped in and this is where customer knowledge came in. The man, so how many people here are Igbo? So when I say Nukumau, you understand what I mean? And the woman and the guy said, Mommy, you're Nukumau. Nukumau in Igbo is the big masquerade, is the masquerade that dances last. And nobody threatens that position, right? I said, Mommy, you're Nukumau, but there are people that want to take your position. And he started mentioning names. That this person has done, this person has done that, this person has done that. The woman owed 130 million. She paid 70 million that day. And Monday morning, we got a check for another 70 million. All the Excel sheets didn't work. A deep knowledge of the customer worked, right? Number two, when you understand the experience when you understand your product and you understand the customer, you then have to create an experience that matches the two. Now, I've been in marketing and sales for the majority of my career. And one of the things that I can never get away from is how similar the marketing and sales process or the product sales funnel, how similar it is to a man trying to get a woman to marry him. Have you noticed? Yeah. It is exactly the same. Hello, hi, how are you? My name is such and such. From the reaction of the woman, gentlemen, I'm sure you will know whether she has been looking at you before or she doesn't know you from Adam. And even if she doesn't know you from Adam, she will check you out and go, hi. So here are the reactions. There is hello, or hello, or excuse me. Three different, right? Three different reactions. Now, why is that? You've either presented yourself well. It's either she knows you and she's just forming, or she doesn't know you, but you look like someone she would like to know, or sorry, but I'm not sure this conversation is going to go any further than this. Now, when you start on that last bit, your job is 10 times harder because you then have to convince and say, oh, it's not like that and all of that. But there is a process to doing it. And it's the same process. Now, everybody has been saying, the economy is hard, the economy is hard. I laugh. Let me tell you why I laugh. How many people were in the workforce in the early 2000s? 2002, 2003. Does it seem familiar? Does this period seem familiar? If you think about it, indices, even the environment, everything is similar. What does that mean? 2026 is boom time. 2026 is going to explode. And if you're not ready for it, if you don't have the right mindset around it, for instance, around me, everybody who is around me knows that you don't mention the word T-Pain around me. Not the artist. You understand when I say T-Pain? Nobody mentions it around me because I don't want to hear it. Because I look at the other indices. The truth is, yes, the Nigerian economy has experienced troughs, peaks and valleys. And you must always know there are two more critical, more than the peaks and the valleys. The two most critical periods are just before the valley and just before the peak. So the point of inflection is what you should be looking for. When are things going to turn? Things have already turned in Nigeria. If you don't know that, you're on the back foot. You are struggling already. Why? If you look at GDP growth in this country, it is moving at a rapid rate. Now, when an economy as large as Nigeria is recording between 3 and 6% GDP growth per annum, that is massive. It's like it is a G-Wagon moving at 100 kilometers per hour versus I don't know, give me a small car. It's Tico that is stuck in my head. No, even Volkswagens are heavy. One of those small. No, you know that Uber, the one that they use for Uber, that's Suzuki they use for Uber, moving at 100 kilometers. If that one hits you at 100 kilometers, maybe there will be damage. If that Mercedes hits you at 100 kilometers per hour, that's it, right? So the Nigerian economy moving at 3% is a lot. That's number one. Number two, as of last count, there's nearly $20 billion sitting in Nigerian Forex accounts. 20 billion sitting in Nigerian Forex accounts, not external. Right here in Nigeria, most of it in Lagos, sitting in this economy, not doing anything. It is sitting in accounts. It's not being invested, nothing. It's just sitting there. It's a reserve. That means there are people who are looking for things to invest in. So the money exists, right? Number three, have you noticed that flights coming into Nigeria are just as full as flights going out? And they are not full of Nigerians. Eh? Number four, have you noticed that Nigerians who wouldn't touch Nigeria with a 10-foot pole from abroad are back? Case in point, Mr. Ogunlesi is back. Mr. Ogunlesi has been a rich man for a very long time. I know people who know him. This is the first time he came to Nigeria and said, if you look at Nigeria, things are changing. What does it mean? The man is bringing money. So, having said that, Nigeria is the belle of the ball. If you are not looking at, if you still have the mindset of things are tough, you won't move forward. So, park that mindset first of all. Once you've parked the mindset, understand the product that you sell, understand that the people that you need to sell it to, and understand what experiences move them. Right? There are when you think about experience, I've done experiential marketing in my career. When you think about experiences, it can be as simple as how easy is it for me to do something. How many people have opened a Money Point account here? Or an OPay account? It's the easiest thing in the world. That's why everywhere where you go, you want to use a POS, half of them are using Money Points, the other side are using OPay, because it's an easy process. Even when the customer is interacting with you, what is the nature of the interaction? When I joined EXP Marketing, EXP had been struggling for about 6 years. No profits, nothing. And when I walked in, one of the things that we realized was that I've been in marketing for over 20 years. When I was starting out, EXP Marketing was around. And back then, when EXP comes for a pitch, agencies leave. When they come to pitch their business, other agencies like them leave. Why? They're not going to win. But it had gotten to the point where when they walk in and see EXP, like, we're all here together now. Nothing they happen, right? So my number one job as client service and strategy director was to return ourselves to that level. We went for 94 pitches in 1 year, 94. So I stood up, and then 76 of them were presented by me. And the only reason why the others were not presented by me was because I was not available. I was doing something. I was actually pitching somewhere else. So there was a clash. Why am I saying what I'm saying? What we wanted to do was to reestablish EXP as the one person you want to listen to. You know, when you're in that situation where there are several other people that want to talk, and the person you want to talk to is just waiting for everybody. Okay, thank you. Why? They want to listen to you. You need to reestablish yourself as the person people want to listen to. Now, how do you do that? Your conversations cannot just be transactional, right? The same way a man will give a lady that he's trying to woo close marking, you have to give your customers close marking. You don't just call them when there's business. Hello, good afternoon, sir. I just thought I should check on you. Hello, good afternoon, sir. I heard about this opportunity. Totally nothing to do with your business. Call them and tell them about it. Be the guy or the lady they want in the room when they want to make a decision. It doesn't have to do with your business. You must become the left side of their brain when they are making decisions, especially if the customer is big, right? You must become that person that it's like, we want to do this thing, but please call Otome for me. Just call him, please. I like him around. I like the way he thinks. That's what you must become. It's not that difficult. Thank you.
Perfect. You can't give what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. So he has set the pace. He has set the pace. You can't give what you don't have. So there are certain people, personalities that should be within the circle of your influence. That's the bottom line. We have a networking session thereafter. It may just be a word or a nudge or just a phrase, and you apply it and it works for you. You and I know that when we eat, at times, the taste from our hands are different. So these are certain skills that we need to adopt. So we need the process of unlearning and relearning, evaluating, profiling those customers, know the ones to drive the energy towards, know the conversations, know the people you need to keep in your camp. There are some customers that will take all your time. See, you are in the front end, you know, you better talk. There are a lot, they will take all your time. That is the truth. Know how to profile them, know how to manage your time, know how to manage your expertise, know how to, he talked about shows, exhibitions, trade fairs. It's important you are visible. You are there. Then the mindset is very important. Like she said, a lot about buying cars, buying houses. Look at the cars they mentioned. He didn't even mention some other brands. Look at the type of cars they mentioned. So that's the mindset. That's the direction. And that's where the institute is going towards. That's for everyone that is there, that are part of Ciscsm, there is a value addition that tops up to your personality. Bridges have been opened by virtue of the sessions. And then there must be that evaluation and continuity in everything that we do. Thank you very much. As we look at questions, 2, right? We'll take 2 questions, one from this side, one from that side. The first session, we had a male. Can we have a female? One question from here. One question from this side. We already have someone. One more person. There's a male there. Okay, so we have 2 people already. There's a lady. There's a lady there. Okay. So.
My name is Wasilat Ibrahim Bello. Thank you so much, the panelists. You really exposed us to so many good things. And we believe that will start up. Sir, I have a question pertaining to dissatisfied customer. This happened that, let's say, a procedure or process in the company happened after I've sold the product to the customer. You know, going back to tell the customer that what I've sold to him or her will not work. Will I not lose the customer? Will I be able to buy over his trust again? This is the bottleneck. Can you solve it for me, sir? Thank you.
Jam question. Thank you very much. Sorry, please. Oh, go ahead.
So I think your question is contextual. Can you paint a little context without going into too much detail? So to help our panelists, right? Some context without giving us all the explicit detail.
Okay. Okay. For instance, I formerly worked in the bank before. A facility had already been sold to that customer. We've at the edge of signing the document, but you know, a procedure happened within the management, and they truncated the policy. How would I be able to go back to the customer? I would like Mr. Otome to say.
I was about to say that there are some questions that are meant for the gods.
Okay. So there are 2 ways to look at this. The first one is force majeure, which is these are situations that are beyond your control, beyond the bank's control. Now, the first thing that you must do in that kind of situation is look at what can work within the new policy, right? So first things first, The customer should not be hearing about the change from outside. They should hear it from you first. So the minute that thing happens and that facility is not going to happen, pick up the phone, apologize, or in fact, don't even pick up the phone. Go to the customer, sit down in front of the customer and say, sir, these are the terms that we sold to you. Unfortunately, and you know, once you say the word unfortunately, the person just switches off. But still say it. Why? They will have time to reflect. So drop the information. So number one, sir, madam, this is the facility that we sold. Unfortunately, a change in the management policies, whatever, within the organization has necessitated that this sale be rescinded. However, we value you as a customer. So you've passed on the information. Number two, begin the process of restoring trust by ensuring that you are communicating that this person is a valued customer, right? Again, look at the parallel with wooing a woman. You are supposed to pick her up. You fail to pick her up. She has already thought everything. What they call them, the council of elders has already told her he's a loser, he's this. You have to start restoring the trust. So you start to restore the trust by saying, number one, you're a valued customer. We believe in this transaction. We believe in the business that you're doing. And please allow me time to come back to you with a proposition that works within the ambit of the new policy. And this is the thing. Because the customer is the bank's customer, they're not your customer. They're the bank's customer. What it will require is you reselling the idea to the bank to say, fine, we can't do it this way. How can we do it? So let us assume you are supposed to give a 200 million naira facility to a customer, and the bank says, listen, uncollateralized or manufacturing loans are not, and I'm just giving a scenario, manufacturing loans are not, we cannot collateralize up to that level. We have to do it in tranches, or we can't do more than 50 million. And you say, fine, this is the way we are going to do it, sir. This project that you want to undergo is going to require, it's a project, isn't it? Can I sit with you and go through the project process and say and ask ourselves, can we break this into 4 tranches? Which means we start section 1 or phase 1 before the end of phase 1, because the money has been spent judiciously and we can see what it was used for, before we initiate the second tranche, third tranche, fourth tranche. Problem solved, customer retained. However, how you manage it in the beginning, you can shout inside your office, you can scream and curse everybody, but when you're in front of the customer, you are the bank. And in fact, if you can get somebody more senior to go with you, to give you backup to, and the only reason why they are there is to give the person confidence that we value your business. Problem solved?
Thank you very much. A round of applause for that.
Thank you very much. Madam, I also want to ask this question. From inception, while the business, was to be consumed, there are questions that ought to have been asked. As a salesperson, it's pertinent that we also understand our customers' business. I know in the bank we have the KYC, know your customer. Beyond the physical address and stuff like that, it's pertinent that we fully understand the customer's business. And that is why I was trying to ask that. I think there are some missing link ab initio. I know management policies do change, based on government policies and stuff like that, which sometimes are beyond, even the management. Like, by January 1, we're expecting a lot of changes, with the tax laws and stuff like that. And the sensitization is already going on and stuff like that. So it's also very important that we as salespeople, let us understand the business of our customer very well. When you have deep understanding of the customer's business and you are able to, escalate it to the top management, in every rule, there's no rule that is cast in gold. There are exceptions. And I'm telling you this because I've been part of a lot of such. Even when the rule says this way, there are extenuating circumstances that could come up, and management will feel that, okay, let there be an overriding approval for this particular customer, especially if it will be in the overall interest of the business. And as I said, there's a missing link somewhere. Maybe, I'm not sure, we didn't get proper or full understanding of the client's business. Maybe. Secondly, if you fully understood what the customer was doing, then, like he rightly mentioned, there will be someone at the top who will be able to see reason with you why there should be a shift. Even when there's a general policy, why there should be a shift. Especially if the overall contribution of that business will impact positively in your organization's business. Believe you me, there will be a shift, or there will be a kind of extraordinary approval. So going forward, to prevent future occurrence, I will suggest that let's fully understand the business that the customer do. And then, even if the policy, if there are times the policy will say, don't do this, don't do that. And I'm not telling you this as fable. Like I already mentioned, there's one of my boss who is also in the house here. We work together in an organization where the policy says this. But the frontline sales people know that if we follow this policy, we will not achieve the target that has been set. What did we do? He is here, he can attest to it. Eventually, we made all the top ESCOs, all, including the MD, to visit the trade. Sales people have their way of achieving that. I'm telling you the truth. And he was one of the people that was attached to me, because there was a situation where let me be precise now, Ogun State, when they were dualizing a lot of rules, they demolished so many outlets. And a number of our customers were affected. And the kind of money those customers were requesting for, big money, hundreds of millions, that the company should come and assist them. Of course, the finance director, the finance person will feel, where will I get this money from? But by the time all the top management went to the trade, including the MD, and they were able to ascertain that, oh, this person has this potential, this one has this potential. Believe you me, ideas came out. The idea of bank guarantee came up, and a whole lot of other things came up, which were not, hitherto were not part of the company's policy. And before you know it, the money started coming out. And that company, as I'm talking to you now, if it's not the leader in the industry, maybe it will be number 2. I'm telling you the truth. So it's also about trust that the management has in you, the salesperson, and about the boldness and the confidence in you too as a salesperson. There are salespeople, they will ask, can you commit to this? We say, no, I cannot. You should be able to commit. Say, yes, I can write a letter of commitment, hold my salary, hold this, hold that. Because of the trust, you know your product, you know your customers, and you know what could come out from it. Do you know what? As management, when I see any of my staff that is speaking with confidence that, Oga, I can stand in for this, hold my salary, I could tell him, oh boy, you are not serious. But within my inner heart, I would say, there's something that I'm not seeing, that this guy is saying. And you know what? I want to go out with him, or I want to assign someone to go and understand that business very well. But when you're already fidgeting, when you are not sure of yourself, I can't be sure of you. That's the truth. So those are some of the points that I also want you to, going forward, the deed has been done, right? Go and look at some of these ingredients, and you might see 1 or 2 of them that is missing, that led to that incident.
Thank you very much. Just a brief, okay, use that microphone before we'll take the next question. Sorry.
All right, thank you.
Right.
Just quickly, just like what Doctor said about knowing your products. So for customer support, customer service, in the process of knowing our products, we also need to have this at the back of our mind, that we don't need to over deliver. Under deliver, then over promise. So something happens to me last week Saturday. I did a transfer at a shopping mall to another account. I had the salesperson and said, yes, that's the correct account. So for us trying to add this money enter, the thing they enter, and to me, because I'm using the app, I quickly said, quickly do the complaint, successful but not credited. So with that, I can't do another complaint again on that particular transaction. However, they gave me a wrong account. Yes, and that was weekend. So I couldn't go with the products. The children were shouting, we wanted. So we went home, and on getting home, I said to myself, I'll go to the office by Monday. I went on Monday, and because I went with the children, they quickly attended to me. And the guy told me right there, say, Madam, this will be resolved in 1 week. That we need to reach the other bank, for them to, I said, no problem. So at the back of my mind, I was like, okay, in 1 week time, I'll get my money. He asked me to look at the app, which I did. And on the app, I could see 4 days. I'm like, okay, for 1 week, 4 days, that's fine. Do you know that I got my money that same day? It was reversed that same day. So for me, it is so sweet. Like I was just telling everybody that that these people return my money within 24 hours, between 48 hours of the complaint. So as customer service, as salespeople, we need to know how to under promise and over deliver. It's very, very important. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that contribution. Thank you very much. Let's take the second and last final question.
Good afternoon, everyone. My question is for those of us that work with FMCG, the kind of distributor we have, the kind of management we have because of the pressure, the tension of the work. Now, our distributor, because you were talking about managing your old distributor. Now, for our distributor, most of our old distributor, they are so confident that nothing will happen. So in the situation where it's close to end of the month, your boss already give you a target and you want to meet your target. And here comes a new person and say, just give me this privilege. I will cover up for you. In that kind of situation, what do you do? Are you going to let go of the old distributor that have been there for you for a long time, and a new distributor is coming in that will be there for you, and your management and your boss is telling you that you must bring in that new distributor if it takes you to let go of that one? So in that kind of situation, and you have a target and they pay you by your target, in that kind of situation, what do you advise I should do in that kind of point? Thank you.
So there's contextual as well. He has some questions. Was that MOU signed with the old distributor?
No, in FSCG, you don't sign MOU, you just move on.
Anyway, I happen to have worked in so many FMCG, and I can relate very well with what you just said, You see, I don't know if you've done this BCG matrix training before, you will understand that maybe the big guy you are talking about is your cash cow, and you have the star that you are developing so that you can migrate him to become a cash cow. Let me give you real life experience. In one of the industry I've worked, we had a lot of old in quote people that started with the company, and they see themselves as the shareholders, of that company, because they know the owner of the company, the founder of the company. They know him when he was young, and now they are old. So they can tell you the story of so many things. And now, tide has changed. You need to achieve more than what they were currently doing. I recall there is this particular customer of mine based in Ilorin. By then, the roads in Ilorin were not as the way it is now. You could be on one lane for the next 1 hour, 2 hours inside the market. And the customer believed that that is the source. That is the only place they can buy that product. That everybody knows him. And we are like, Oga, you need to move out. There are a lot of GRAs coming up. People are moving, say, no, forget. People always come there. Say, okay, fine. And we got an upwardly mobile guy who is ready to move. On our own, we identify places where outlets, could be fixed. And we're able to pull one or two guys to open outlets in all those areas without tampering with the source that the old timer believed that's the source of the product. You know, believe you me, within 1 year, that man that called that place source not only opened one, not two outlets, he opened multiples of outlets in all those areas that we, the sales team, were, trying to encourage him to go. So it's left for you, the salesperson, identify places, mention those business opportunities to the old timer. Sir, you are doing quite well, but you can see that things have changed. There is a need to cater for all these big opportunities in these areas. Do you mind having outlets? We even went a step further, and I'm telling you this for free. We got real estate consultants to look for outlets for us. We don't stay in Ilorin. They got those outlets, and we brought the contact to the man that, see, they've gotten out, they have outlets here and there. Do you mind having? He said, no, I'm not interested. You have already gotten him. He said he wasn't interested. Fine. Then the guys that was interested, we took them there. They pay for those outlets. And when the revenue started coming in, so I not to jeopardize your job, you might follow the same route. Let him know that, oh, sir, I've identified business opportunities in all these areas. And I think you need to expand. You need to have outlets in all those areas. Let the word come out from his or her mouth that I am not interested. So that tomorrow, when the matter will come up before the management, they will not indict you. That, sir, you said you were not interested. If it's a situation where you need to write daily reports based on your visitation to your client, you put it there in your report so that your superior will also notice that so client said he wasn't interested. He or she can now place a call and say, sir, they mentioned this and this. You said you were not interested. Yes, I did. With that, you go ahead, achieve your target without jeopardizing your job. And you know what? Your superior will be happy with you. Even the top management will be happy with you.
Thank you very much for that contribution. Let me just add quickly to what you need to do. I needed to deploy that kind of strategy. I found myself in the kind of scenario that he found himself. So what I did was that I just fished out another high net worth individual. Then I deployed door to door for him. I actually drew down for him. I placed him on a target, and I told him, yeah, it cost me a number of things. I told him I was going to draw down his products. As in, I went ahead. It's called market spread, market development. You open up new areas at your own expense, at your cost, for that high net worth. Once he sees that traffic, then you do a simple analytics for him. This is where it's going to get in the next 6 months. You build him back end while managing the existing guy. You don't need to lose that guy. It's important, yes, because he has a major stake in that place. But his new one also, you need to bring him on board. And it depends on your dexterity and this kind of strategy you put in place. So do a drawdown, do a door-to-door, spread open catchment areas, build for him, and grow him over time. And that makes him endear to you. So you need to do more customer engagement, more of you engaging him even out of office hours. That's the truth. Thank you very much.
Please, can we put our hands together for this panel one more time? I'd like to invite the photographers back. We'll need to take pictures. Can I please welcome our president, Mr. Sunday Fayose, and our registrar, Dr. Ife Owosheni, to please join us on stage for group photograph. I also want to announce for our doctoral fellows to please proceed to get robed outside. Our doctoral fellows, please, we need you outside. Doctoral fellows and fellow members, please, we need you outside to be robed at this time. Please come forward under the lights. Say dollars. Say pineapple. Yeah, that will make you smile by force. Thank you. Yeah. One more time, please put your hands together for this very, very high power panel. That was simply incredible. Very high power panel. Very, very high power panel. Thank you very much. All right, we need to especially give out I want to welcome on stage our very dear president, Mr. Sunday Fayoshe. Please, we need you on stage. A round of applause for our president, please. Please put your hands together for our president, a very, very amiable, highly esteemed president. He's going to be presenting award of recognition to our panelists. And in no particular order, please welcome with me Dr. Clement Ayo. Please, Dr. Clement Ayo, thank you very much for that very fantastic session. Photographers, get ready for this one. Thank you very much, sir. My team is assisting me with the plaques. This is for Dr. Clement Ayo. Are we good? Thank you very much. Up next, after Dr. Clement, is Mrs. Ogurinu Belinda. She's next. She's next. Thank you very much. Next is Mrs. Ogurinu Belinda. A round of applause for her. And after her is Dr. Yeside Oyetayo. A round of applause for her, please. Thank you very much. And just after Dr. Yeside is Mr. Badmos Abudu. He's going to be after Dr. Yeside Oyetayo. A round of applause for her one more time. A round of applause for her one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. After her, we have Mr. Badmos Abudu. Please, a round of applause for him. A leader of leaders. Thank you for your session, sir. Thank you very much. After him, we have coming up next, Mr. Otome Oyo. A round of applause for Mr. Otome Oyo. Thank you very much. After Mr. Otome Oyo, we have our very, very dear moderator for the two sessions we've had today, Dr. Victor Orowale. He's going to be next. Dr. Victor. Can someone help us with Dr. Victor? Okay, stepped out. I think we should wait for him to do this because after now, we would run along. Because help us with Dr. Victor Orowale. He's next. Mr. President, just bear with us for Dr. Victor to come back into the room. So our doctoral fellows are getting robed outside and our fellow members. And after that, we would all right, Mr. President, thank you very much. Please, I think we will just let you go to your seat, then we'll get along with this. All righty, thank you very much, sir. So I'd like that video to play now. I'd like our video to please play. Dr. Victor, thank you very much. A round of applause for Dr. Victor, please. A round of applause for him. Yes. Yes, he's back. I'll bring this down. Thank you very much. Thank Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Victor. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. So please, I would like your attention on the screen. We have a short video we want you to see. Thank you.
Their CEO walked into a luxury and just he got humiliation. But that laughed. Said one young saleswoman named Emma, while the others, Emma stood up for him. She offered him to her surprise. He quietly slipped a small gold envelope into the ring. It said only one thing: tomorrow, 10 a.m., Greenwood Tower, top floor. The next morning, Emma stood trembling in front of a tall glass skyscraper. Greenwood Tower, top floor, the same address from the note. She hesitated twice, almost starting with, but something inside whispered, go. When she reached the top floor, receptionist smiled and said, "Good morning, miss. Mr. Franklin has been expecting you." Emma froze. Mr. Franklin? That name sounds familiar. The elevator doors opened, and there he was. The same man who was thrown out of the showroom yesterday, now dressed in a tailored suit, standing by the window overlooking the entire city. He turned around and smiled warmly. "Good morning, Emma. Thank you for coming." Emma's voice trembled. "Sir, you work here?" He chuckled softly. "No, I own this place." He pointed toward the sky. "My father built this company 40 years ago. Yesterday, see how people treat tears were on his eyes. I'm so sorry for how they treated you." He shook his head, gentle smile. "You did the right thing. You showed kindness when everyone else turned cold. That's worth more than money." Inside was a letter and a company badge. "Welcome to Greenwood Motors," he said. "Starting today, you're our new customer relations supervisor. Here, doing the right thing will never cost you your job." Emma burst into tears, and as she tried to thank him, he added softly, "Never stop being kind, because you never know who's watching." Do you believe kindness always comes back around? Share your thoughts below and tag someone who still believes in good people.
Thank you very much for that. I'd like to ask.
Let's break the protocol for people. Well, thank you very much. That was a short video, but with so much message that is expected to stick into our memory for today and for tomorrow. Something critical happened there. A man came in like ordinary person, was looked down upon, maltreated, but one lady was there doing her job. Just like at the end of the day, that thing led to that attitude towards the customer, eventually led to our employment elsewhere. Nothing, maybe if that encounter had not occurred, she might just be struggling in that organization. But because of the right attitude at the right time to the right person, she got uplifted. So that's why I said, even by the time you find yourself in any organization working, you are a PR to yourself as much as you are to the organization. So let us maintain an outlook of a right person with right attitude in any situation so that we can uplift our organization as well, build up our own CV to anybody. That what just happened there was an head hunt. The CEO might just be looking for somebody to fill that position, but he now decided to downplay himself towards getting the right candidate. And he got the right candidate. You may be the next candidate who will be serving as the PR person for the president or for any high-ranking organization. That's just the message I would like you to go with. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I'd like to welcome Mr. President to remain on stage and also ask all our panelists to come on stage with your plaques. We want to take a picture. So photographers, please help us. The next 5 seconds, we'll need to have pictures with the registrar, the president, and all our panelists and distinguished speakers. A round of applause for all of them, please. Round of applause for all of them. Thank you very much. Thank you. Photographers, please arrange them how they should be. Should we come forward? Just give a round of applause for them. Thank you very much, everyone. A round of applause for every one of them. I would like the DJ at this point to give us some music, just some light music. Just some light music. And while we're waiting on music, so DJ, when you can, give us some light music. Thank you.